Welcome in, YCN Sports Talk. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide, and we are into the second half of the baseball season. And getting to the Red Sox first. Later in the show, we'll get to some trades that have happened. Yankees obviously making a big trade last night. Red Sox hoping to follow suit if they want to keep up. I don't know if the Yankees are the favorites in the division now, but they definitely made it a lot closer with their trades. So getting into the play on the field, we talked about it last week. They lose 3 out of 4 to Tampa before the break.
Right.
And then they come home. They got 4 against the Yankees, including that doubleheader. They split, which seems like they should have won 3 out of 4. Kind of a disappointing end of the first half and start to the second half.
Yeah, definitely kind of left a bad taste in our mouth going into the break, definitely. Yeah, that Tampa Bay series just really not scoring a ton of runs. I think the one game we did win, we scored, I think, about 7 runs. And I think when we score more than 4, we have a great record because our pitching has been so solid.
Very good.
But the offense has really been struggling. And yeah, what was it? They had a 20-inning scoreless streak or something like that where they didn't score.
Right, because on Saturday when they had the 16-inning game, they didn't score after the 6th inning or something, so they had 10 innings. And then Sunday, they didn't score for 8 or 9 innings or whatever, and the doubleheader. So they clearly it's been struggling.
Yeah.
The offense, they've been struggling.
For sure, yeah, and it was good to see last night too. I think they hit 3 home runs.
Yep.
They were all solo. It was Chris Young, Pedroia, and Hanley with the game winner.
With the walk-off home run.
Yeah, that was great to see. All these crazy extra inning games.
I know.
They're exhausted.
Right.
But yeah, like you said, with all the trades and the Yankees really stole Todd Frazier away. Really, last night it was reported Todd Frazier was high-fiving all of his teammates and everything, but then we find out he went to the Yankees.
Right.
And so then the Yankees, they have Chase Headley at third. It's kind of like they didn't really need a third baseman, but it was also stealing it away from Boston.
Right, and getting that reliever, David Robertson, that helps. So going back to the Red Sox offense, like we talked about, slumping, 29 runs in the last 10 games. Not really doing it, less than 3 runs a game. Like you said, when they score more than 4, they have a much better record.
Right.
Is there anything they can do besides making a trade? I mean, you kind of just have to ride these things out, right? People are talking about maybe moving the lineup around and putting somebody first, somebody third, fourth, something different. But this is what it was going to be like. We've seen them go through stretches like this, and then they turn it around. All of a sudden, they get hot. You just got to ride it out, right?
Yeah, I think you do. I don't think giving up a ton of prospects, selling away the future for now, I don't think that's the best move. I definitely think this offense, we've really just been waiting for them to explode. I mean, they have such talent, and they don't have that one guy. I mean, Mookie Betts, I think, has 17 home runs right now. He's leading the club
team,
in runs batted in. But you don't have that one power-hitting guy who's going to drive in a ton of runs. Hopefully, Hanley can become that soon. We've been seeing him being a little more consistent at the plate lately. But I mean, really, you have a ton of guys who have hit, I think, 12, 11 home runs.
Right.
Kind of these guys who can hit home runs but have just been struggling. So you're just waiting for all these guys to come out and explode. And the theme at the beginning was kind of the summer, it's going to heat up, the balls are going to fly out.
Right.
It kind of hasn't really happened. I mean, last night, 3 home runs, that's definitely good, but
like you said, they were all solo home runs, and that's the hard part. So switching over to the pitching staff, surprisingly good. We've talked about it all year, has been the bullpen. Very good. Monday night kind of fell apart, giving up the win. But it was after a lot of innings pitched over the weekend, like we talked about with the Yankees, the extra inning game, the doubleheader. But then last night coming in and pitching 9 innings last night because the starter, Brian Johnson, only went 6 innings, so you get the bullpen for 9, only 1 run. They held him off. So I don't want to say they're slipping. They weren't going to play as well as they had at the beginning of the season. So does that mean maybe they need somebody in the bullpen now? That seems to be their other pressing need.
Yeah, well, Joe Kelly going down recently. That definitely makes Dave Dombrowski, I think, feel like he has to do something there. I mean, like you said, the bullpen has been very solid, but the leadoff walks coming in. Heath Hembry and Matt Barnes have done this multiple times throughout the season. They come in a 1 or 2 run game, and the first thing they do is let up a leadoff walk. You cannot do that. You need to get a guy who has good command, who can throw strikes, who can just get you through that quick inning. And, I mean, at times they've been able to do it. They've been one of the best bullpens, but definitely adding a guy like Neshek that could definitely help a lot. So, I mean, third base, I think, is their biggest need, but adding a bullpen piece, a lefty in there for the 8th inning, a setup guy, that could definitely help.
And Robbie Scott going down to the minors as well. I'm sure he'll be back. It was kind of a move just because they needed someone. But Matt Barnes, it's widely known that he this season is pitching much better at home than he is on the road, which is strange because he's a reliever.
Right.
All you gotta do is come in and throw strikes. The strike zone's the same at home or on the road, but he has twice as many walks, I think, and he has half as many strikeouts or something on the road versus at home. It's weird that he can't do better.
Yeah.
When it's really the same situation.
Right. I mean, we've seen Matt Barnes struggle with his command at times. When he gets in trouble with some men on base, that's kind of when he starts to bear down. If only he could do that with every pitch.
Right.
I mean, just that leadoff walk, that leadoff guy getting that first out is so crucial, obviously. But really, that's what he needs to do. Just that first out. If he can do that, I think he should be good.
Smooth sailing the rest of the way.
Shut down the rest of the guys, yeah.
All right, so they obviously have a lot of good things. They have some things they need to work on, so we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about some of the trades they might be making. Obviously, Yankees making a trade as well. You're watching YCN Sports Talk.